6 teams are gone. 4 teams are still in the competition. It's the qualifier and the eliminator. Let's go to the qualifier first. Gujarat Titans versus the Rajasthan Royals. No wonder these two teams are on top of the ladder. They were the best performing teams in the power play phase of every game with both bat and ball. If you win that phase, generally you win 80% of your games. That's why they're out the top of the ladder. Gujarat Titans, what I love about them, they're led well by Hardik Pandya. He's not willing to walk out there with a toss of the coin, win it, and take the easy option, especially when they knew that they were playing finals. He put them in more difficult situations, made it tougher for them, preparing them for that tough competition out the back end. So for me, this is what makes them the favourites. Rajasthan Royals, they like to bat first. 85% of their matches, they have batted first. But when they've batted second, they're quite comfortable in winning those games as well. But they're a very hard team to beat. Now, if you're going to beat the Gujarat Titans, what you've got to do is take on the opening bowlers first. Make sure you challenge them and try and get Hardik Pandya to bowl Ferguson and Rashid Khan in the power play overs where you can take extra advantage against those two. If you don't, well, those two will control those middle overs, and that's where Gujarat Titans have really dominated the game. And when it comes to the Gujarat Titans batting, you've got to make early on inroads. Saha has been the man out the top of the order. The competition between he and Bolt is going to be crucial. If Saha's out early, then the middle order is going to be exposed in the middle over phases, and those big hitters like Rashid Khan and Tewatia at the back end are going to have to play under pressure situations, and that's where you'll beat the Gujarat Titans. Rajasthan Royals, as a Gujarat Titans team, how do you attack them? Shami against Butler, swinging the ball away, 2 slips in play, get him out early, you're on the way to victory. Ashwin will come in next, trying to protect Samson. He doesn't like the extra pace. You go after him early, get him out. All of a sudden, Rajasthan Royals are 2 wickets down early on. Pressure on the Rajasthan middle order. Then when it comes to the back end phase, Hetmeyer is one of the most dominant players in those final 4 overs. You've got to have the right matchup, and I think Rashid Khan, with his variations, will be perfect. He'll be able to challenge Hetmeyer on both sides of the bat. Hetmeyer likes to go over after the spin, but the extra bounce up there on a newish Kolkata wicket and a little bit of turn, I think Rashid will have his man. But if it's just pace against Hetmeyer, watch out. The momentum will go to Rajasthan's favour in that department. When it comes to facing the Rajasthan bowling attack, Krishna's been sensational, but it's Bolt in the power play overs that has been doing the damage of late, swinging the ball both ways. It'll be crucial for Gujarat to try and take him on, hit him out of the attack, and then get Samson to bowl more overs of spin in that power play phase. And that's where they can take the game away from Rajasthan Royals, because they like to have more overs of spin in those middle overs where they can control the run rate. So for me, I think Gujarat have got the bowling attack to take Rajasthan Royals on, but I think Rajasthan Royals just have better firepower out the back end with good batting depth. It's a tough one. I'm going to go for Rajasthan Royals because they were the first team I played for in the IPL. Let's go to the eliminator where RCB take on Lucknow Super Giants. Lucknow Super Giants don't handle pressure situations well. In the regular season in run chases, they capitulated most times. RCB know this. If they win the toss, they'll ask Lucknow to chase down a total. The power play phase is going to be crucial in this contest. Lucknow's captain, Rahul, has a strike rate of 98 in the first 6 overs. He's got to lift this. This is not good enough. It puts too much pressure on the rest of the batting unit. And he has a chance of rectifying it in this contest. He's up against Hazlewood, who bowls that test match length just on the top of off, just outside, where he can use the pace and find the boundaries square on the offside without too much risk. He's also up against Maxwell, who's not a big turner of the ball. He's got to charge him and try and hit him down the ground and find the boundaries. He can't allow Maxwell to have a run rate of 5 or less in this phase. So Rahul, he's got a lift for Lucknow to have a huge chance of beating RCB. He's got to dominate that power play phase. But when it comes to RCB in this phase, they have Duplessis, who has just a slightly better run rate than Rahul, but it's only 104. And that puts pressure on Kohli at the other end, who's just found a little bit of touch, but he's not at his best. So Chamira and Avish Khan can capitalise on this by bowling pressure type of balls just on the top of off and make these two batsmen play shots that they don't want to. If they can create that pressure, get early wickets, all of a sudden they'll have a chance of Maxwell coming in the first 6 overs with a harder ball, extra pace, something he doesn't like, and it gives them a huge chance of getting his dominance out early. They don't want Maxwell to face Bishnoi and Krunal Pandya in the middle overs because he dominates spin and he can take the game away from Lucknow in that phase. But it's the death overs as well where the game is going to be crucial. Lucknow are very dominant with the bat in this area, and they're up against RCB, who've got the worst bowling attack in the death overs. So here they can take the game away from RCB. If they have a good start, Rahul changing the way he plays and gets a better total on the board in the first 6 overs, all of a sudden they can turn a 160 total into a 190, 200 total with their dominance in the latter phases. But they're up against RCB, who have got a player in Kartik who finishes the game off very well. And Kartik is up against bowling that he loves in this phase, bowlers that like to take the pace off, and that's Holder and Stoinis. If he gets that matchup, well, there's a huge favour to RCB. So this contest is very well balanced. Both teams have the same weaknesses and the same strengths. I can't really pick who's going to win or lose, but I'm going to go with Lucknow Super Giants because I feel they have better depth with their all-round ability with both bat and ball. So they've got more options in both departments, and that will get them over the line in this contest. Now, what do you think? Get your opinions of both games downstairs. I know that RCB fans out there will be disappointed with me in saying that, and they're hoping, as I am, Virat Kohli having a bit of success finally in IPL cricket, but I don't see it with the way I'm seeing the game out at the moment. But thanks very much for joining me. Love you all. Let's enjoy the finals, and I'll see you in a couple of days before the next qualifier. Thanks, guys.